In Africa, there is one insect that every other insect fears, not because it is the biggest, not because it has the deadliest venom, but because when it shows up, nothing survives. This predator does not hunt alone. It does not rely on speed or stealth. It brings numbers, overwhelming, unstoppable numbers. We are talking about driver ants. A single colony can have 20 million individuals, all moving together as one coordinated mass. When they march through a forest, the entire ecosystem evacuates. Termite colonies with millions of workers are dismantled in hours. Spiders that dominate their territories abandon everything and run. Even other ant species, apex predators in their own right, flee when driver ants arrive. Fighting back does not work. You cannot kill enough of them. And if you are too slow to escape, you do not just die, you are erased. Let me explain why driver ants are the most terrifying force in the insect world. Let's start with the basics. Driver ants are found across Central and Eastern Africa. They are nomadic, which means they have no permanent home. They move constantly, setting up temporary camps for a few weeks, then packing up and marching to a new location. A single colony can have 20 million individuals, all working together with one goal: to eat everything. They are pure predators. Unlike most ants that scavenge or farm, driver ants hunt actively. Here's what makes them even more terrifying. They're completely blind. They navigate through chemical signals, pheromones, and physical contact. Their antennae touch the ant in front of them, following the scent trail laid down by scouts. It sounds like a weakness, but it's not. Because when 20 million blind ants move in perfect coordination, you don't need eyes. You need numbers. And driver ants have numbers. The colony moves in columns, long rivers of ants, sometimes over 100 meters. The column can be 20 ants wide, all marching in the same direction. Scouts fan out ahead, searching for prey. When they find something, a termite mound, a beetle nest, a spider burrow, they release alarm pheromones. The signal spreads. Within minutes, thousands of ants converge on the target. A wave of ants crashes over the prey, biting and stinging from every direction. There's no escape. The ants pour in like water, filling every space, every crack, every hiding spot. And they don't stop until the prey is dead or gone. Now let's talk about the ants themselves. Worker ants, the ones doing the hunting, are about 8 to 10 millimeters long. Not huge, but their jaws are massive relative to their body size. They have sickle-shaped mandibles that lock together when they bite. Once a driver ant bites you, it doesn't let go. You can pull the body off, literally tear it in half, and the head will still be attached, jaws clamped down. In some rural areas, people use driver ant heads as emergency sutures for wounds. They let the ant bite the edges of the cut, then twist the body off. The jaws hold the wound closed. That's how strong the bite is. And then there are the soldiers, larger than workers, and some reach 13 millimeters, with even bigger jaws. Their job is not hunting, it is defense. When the colony is attacking, soldiers join in. When they bite, they inject venom. It is not the worst venom in the insect world. It does not paralyze. It is just really painful. Many small stings from hundreds of ants add up fast. The pain is sharp, constant, and it does not stop until you remove every single ant. And good luck with that, because there are thousands of them. Now, here's the thing people don't realize. Driver ants don't target specific prey. They target everything. If you're in the path of the swarm, you're food. It doesn't matter if you're a termite, a beetle, a spider, or even another ant colony. The driver ants don't discriminate. Other ant species that normally dominate their territory, fire ants, army ants in the Americas, weaver ants in Asia, they all flee when driver ants arrive. Even apex insect predators, like praying mantises and large spiders, abandon their territories. Fighting back doesn't work. You can kill 10 ants, 100 ants. It doesn't matter. There are millions more behind them. You don't fight a flood, you run. And it's not just insects. Driver ants have been known to kill small vertebrates, lizards that don't move fast enough, snakes trapped in burrows, baby birds that fell from nests. The ants swarm, bite, sting, and in large enough numbers, it becomes lethal. Elephants avoid driver ant columns. Yes, you heard me right. The largest and strongest land animal on Earth actively detours around a swarm of insects. That should tell you everything. Now here is the thing that makes driver ants different from other predators. They are not just hunting for survival. They are ecosystem engineers. When a driver ant colony moves through a forest, it changes the balance. Insect populations crash, and predator populations that rely on those insects struggle. Some animals follow the driver ant swarms, feeding on the insects fleeing ahead of the column: birds, lizards, and even some mammals. The swarm creates a wave of displaced prey, and opportunists take advantage. But once the ants pass, the area is quiet. It can take weeks for insect populations to recover, and by then, the driver ants might return. Nomadic, remember? They're always moving and always hunting. The scariest part is that you can't stop them. People have tried. Pouring water into the columns does not work. The ants form living rafts, floating on the surface until the water drains. Fire does not stop them either. The ants scatter, regroup, and keep moving. Chemicals are not a practical answer. You would need to poison millions of ants simultaneously. Miss a few thousand, and the colony survives and regenerates. In rural areas, when driver ants enter a village, people evacuate temporarily. They take their livestock, their children, and they leave. They let the ants pass through, and then they return when the swarm moves on. Driver ants may not be the strongest, fastest, or most venomous insects, but they are the most effective because they do not rely on individual strength. They rely on coordination. 20 million ants acting as a single organism, and it works perfectly for millions of years. These ants have been sweeping across Africa, clearing out ecosystems and moving on. Nothing has figured out how to stop them. So if you are an insect in Africa and you see an army of driver ants approaching, run for your life. Otherwise, you will face a living flood of mandibles and venom, and you will not survive it. The only insects that survive driver ant raids are the ones that fled early, the ones that did not hesitate. Everyone else becomes food or corpses. The driver ants do not care which. And that is exactly why every insect in Africa is terrified of driver ants. Speaking of insects that hunt with terrifying efficiency, there's one predator that does the complete opposite of driver ants. No swarm, no backup, just one single tiny insect. And it has a 95% kill rate, the highest in the whole animal kingdom. They're just that good. 300 million years of evolution as a pure predator, and they almost never miss. If you want to know why this specific insect is the deadliest hunter on Earth, check out the latest video right here. And trust me, after seeing what 20 million ants can do, you'll be even more impressed by what one single dragonfly can do.